Well, hello there. I just want to make a quick video. I won't keep you for long. It's been just a heat wave where I live. I haven't felt the urge to make any videos. It's kind of interesting. A side effect of the heat wave is I've been able to sleep a little better with my chronic insomnia and whatnot and everything going on in my life. But I just wanted to make a video, as the title suggests, talking about, what do you do when you're wrong, right? Can you admit if you're wrong? Repentance. And even, whether or not you're a Christian like me, even an atheist could watch this video and figure out that there's something to it. I mean, any of my videos, they're all backed up on BitChute. And I'm really thankful for BitChute, obviously. I think it's also kind of funny here, this picture. Just a screenshot, sending it to my brother, the link, comparatively to my Truther chat, where Facebook seemingly is nuking all the thumbnails. That's funny. But yeah, other than my backup pages or whatever, or even talking about, things going on right now, what's going on in the world today and all that, I just wanted to make a video about, can people admit they're wrong? Can people even think outside the box like that? For example, or even like interdimensional physics. If you do something, an action, release an energy, create an energy, you could be opening doorways to anything to get inside your life. And for me, from a Christian point of view, I've been thinking lately how the flesh seems to be smirking at me. Like, it hijacks the inner voice. That voice that'll say to you, you're not good enough, you can't do it, whatever. But also, like Smeagol or Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Like, yes, precious, no, precious. Like that kind of voice that is there to almost just beat you down. But the one thing I really noticed was, even looking back at some of my older videos, thinking about my big mouth, it's gotten me a lot of trouble over the years. Obviously, if I want to be a Christian, do the Jesus thing and represent, as they say, I can't be out there angrily picking fights, and that would be clearly a failure on my part. But it also got me thinking, aside from flipping out, flying off the handle, which probably a lot of us do, you really want to test somebody to see if they got an anger problem. Put them in front of a slow computer. Put them in traffic, People will flip out and you will be able to tell who's got the anger problem. And in that regard, that's one of my major addictions I pray God help me with. I've been trying to find ways to get over that. Some things help. With my PTSD, being pro-cannabis, regardless of what other people think, that helps. But aside from just flying off the handle or getting into fights, if you want to do the Jesus thing or represent, you can't be griping or complaining, and these are obviously lessons I needed to learn. And it makes me sad to think that maybe my sister's death was what put everything in priority. Like what Richard Pryor used to say, the idea that he's spending his 30s or his 40s repairing everything he broke in his 20s and 30s. And for me even, I started seeing the truth about Christianity in my late 30s. But I've been fighting my addictions since then. For the last 10 years, I've been trying to defeat everything I used to be. And some Christians will get on your case about it. They'll be like, you still struggle with this, you must not be doing it right or whatever. But I mean, whatever. I'm not going to worry about what other people think as long as I'm trying to move forward, trying to remove sin from my life. Or even the fact that there's proofs for the Bible. My playlist here, these are actual citations. Dr. Chuck Missler, Leonard Ulrich's Secret Societies, Ben Stein's Expelled, No Intelligence Allowed, and every other video here I have. Even Dr. Ken Hovind, he's a ball earther, but nobody's perfect. He can prove most of the things that evolution teaches is wrong, And the minute he was about to file a lawsuit against the textbook companies, the IRS magically had him in jail. That's not weird or anything. But yeah, as far as my own videos, maybe looking back, getting my old YouTube page deleted was the best thing that ever happened to me, in the sense that it taught me that I can't use it as some kind of false idol to hold up. And to be frank, some of my old videos were crap. It was just me railing and ranting and raving at the camera, thinking I had to be real. Like, my original videos were just hiking rants. I'd wander around and point out chemtrails and dodgy stuff, and go to the local Freemason lodges and point them out. And it was always like single takes to prove that I wasn't, operating off of a script. But as I got to do this more, I realized there is a strength to using editing software and getting better at it and cutting out the bits that don't work, whether you do 1 take, 2 take, 3 take, 4. In the editing process, it doesn't matter. You can just leave what you don't want, on the cutting room floor as it is, as they say. But yeah, I realize that I can't be giving in to these addictions, especially like with my PTSD. One of the big strong things is sleeping. And I don't like the fact that I was using beers to control my sleep. Now, it's one thing if, like, when I was moving furniture, I needed to do that. I needed to be able to get up every morning. Ironically, a few beers every night to control my sleep. I bet we'd be surprised how many just 9 to 5 guys do that. But I realize booze, I can't rely on it. Plus, if you accidentally drink too much and you black out, as an MK Ultra survivor, that could trigger an altar. I don't want that in my life. But another major addiction, I wanted to be a Christian for 10 years, but I still struggled with stuff like wrath. Whether it's righteous anger or not. Wrath. Ranting and raving, freaking out. Somebody says something I don't like, and just flying off the handle. I realized, I can't do that. Or even like lust. My dad used to bootleg the pornos. So from a young age, as long as I can remember, the pornos. It's a disgusting epidemic that used to be something you'd copy from tape to tape. Now you push a button on the computer and it's everywhere. Much less drugs, much less fighting bad blood. But yeah, no more fights. I can't be picking fights with people or ranting and raving against the evil system or this evil or that. Like, I used to make videos where every time YouTube screwed me over or censored one of my videos, I'd just rant and rave at the CEO or whatever. And that's bollocks. I can't be doing that. It doesn't help anything. Even if she is an evil pig monster, it's like you can't be like doing it out of malicious anger. It's the Bible commands that we do things out of love, right? Well, even with our enemies. I noticed also when The Last of Us game came out, I had some kind of sentimental attachment to the game, and I made this one video where I just railed against the alphabet people. Whatever, but I mean, nowadays I just look back, and like I said before, maybe it was my sister dying that put everything into perspective, but I just realized I gotta knock that off. Getting into fights of any kind. Or much less like calling out people, whether they deserve it or not, has to be done with tact. Has to be done with humility and love for your enemy. But publicly shaming people or like cloning cults or whatever, that never got me anywhere. It only created headaches for me. And to be brutally honest, a lot of it was rising to the bait. Like the one guy who threatened to kill me with a shovel, and the old me came out. I made a video, and some people thought it was the best video I ever made. Other people, were like, you're pretty angry in that. But I guess at the end of the day, a lot of it is just accepting my addiction, knocking it off, quitting, lust, free from the pornos for like almost a year now. Alcohol's, in the bag. I gotta, take care of wrath. And whether people want to agree with me about my pro-cannabis stance, God designed our bodies for a reason, the way they are for a reason. Cannabinoid receptors everywhere, including our lungs. And the overwhelming testimony about how PTSD can be combated with cannabis. Well, I know that it helps me, especially combat anger, hypertension. I still get hypertension. It doesn't really help with my sleep, but for sure, as a mood stabilizer, wrath and anger. And if God gave us this plant for a reason, then so be it. But like, to be calmer. Enough with the whole name bashing people, or even if someone deserves it, like Dr. Fauci or Joe Biden calling them goofs and grabblers. To do it in anger is the wrong move. To do it in humor or mockery or love for your enemies is the way you're supposed to do it, but not in like hatred or maliciousness. And looking back on some of my videos, I'm just angry, especially calling out like the CEO of YouTube, just ranting and raving, or calling people by You know, it's like one thing to call like a corrupt world leader what they are, you know, but it's another thing to just insult people for no reason other than you're angry. So like I says, looking back, maybe it's a decent thing that my old YouTube page got deleted. Maybe I should count my blessings and see it for what it is, a chance to grow and get better, not regress or be worse. Like, and it's not just my videos, like I said, favorite documentaries, germ theory versus train theory, playlists like that, proofs for the Bible. You can either look or don't look, but like the title of the video suggests, I'm willing to admit when I was wrong about something, regardless of whether it's something like geocentrism or the fact that people I know have recorded the sun and the moon and the clouds, and yet everyone still wants to trust NASA and their little $50 million a day habit of their own, you know. I never thought you'd have it. Ooh, I never thought you'd have it. But all that aside, I just wanted to make this quick video because, yeah, I think in the future I'm going to do more videos where I'm consciously editing out any angry bits or anything like that and try to honor my sister and like the loss there, like the way I used to bully people in conversations even. And I can't make anybody do anything. I can't make people look into Christianity or conspiracies. But what I can do is just put out a video and hope that people see it, hope that people have a laugh or whatever, or learn something. And at the end of the day, that's all I can do. But right now, I mean, the world might be going a bit cuckoo bananas, but we're not supposed to fear these things. We're not supposed to be worried. God will get our backs if we're loyal to God, you know. And that goes for loyalty to your friends and family out there as well. So I guess at that, I'll just call it a video, and yeah, I'll say peace out, baby.